Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Knights of the Fallen Empire Jedi Knight Edition. So, when we left off, we had just arrived in the Alliance base. As you can see, I've done, well, technically, I've just spoken to all of the specialists, and they've just said, yes, we love all of these things, and so, apparently, we got all of the choices correct, which is great, because I always forget which ones are good for each person, but we can now relay our comfort status to C2N2. I think we'll do that.
Master, were our comfort enhancements well received?
Yes, it went well. Everyone is surprisingly happy with what you've done.
Oh my, appreciation. This news fills me with such happiness. Oh dear, my joy circuits are overloading. I'm sorry, Master. I must avoid further stimulation. Please, excuse me.
Oh yes, exactly. Yes, now he is going somewhere, but yes, whatever the case, that is great. So we've done that, so all we need to do now is, well, I was hoping that I could mount up, but no, apparently we're not going to be mounting up. We're going to be heading on over into our story phase and speaking to Senya, I suppose, because, well, see, that's the thing. I think that I need to speak to Senya before I can even get into my ship. So if we did want to find a Findsman mission, which is actually what I was going to do off screen, because I've actually done that on Zaynash already, and it's basically speaking to Yoon and him saying, hey, well, I need you to find some of these force-sensitive items, and it's the same item 4 times, and then you just collect those things, and then you go back to him, and then he says, yes, okay, this is great, and then he comes back to Odesson, which is great. So small minor spoilers there if you haven't obviously already seen that quest, but don't worry, you don't miss anything, because he doesn't have a voice actor as such, and the story is basically a pickup mission, which is not very stimulating. So let's head on into our personal starship landing zone and speak to Senya. I'm actually unsure what she's going to be speaking to us about. Probably Valkorion, probably seeing something about her past.
It's impressive, you know. People from all over the galaxy want to stand behind you.
We'll need every last one of them and more to make this work.
I was worried Heskel had blinded you with his certainty, like he did with the Scions. He would have them die as he did because their deaths were foreseen. Their visions provide great insight, but they're not infallible.
Reminds me of the Heralds of Zildrog.
There's another leader who paid for his certainty. Say what you will about Valkorion, but he at least considered the viewpoints of others. He listened to me, most of the time. He would never have done what Arcann...
What is it?
I told you before that Arcann had a brother, Thexan. They were inseparable until his death. Vaylin told me during our fight. Arcann murdered Thexan, his own brother. Maybe if I had raised him...
Your fight with Vaylin. What happened?
What she had to say, it struck me down to my core. Paralyzed me. She slipped away. Now, more than ever, I realize my children must be stopped, and that I have to make peace with the choices I've made. Whatever you've done to get here, I hope you can do the same.
She raises a good question. How do you look back on your path to this moment?
You're in my head. Why don't you take a look for yourself?
And what good would that do our alliance? You may not see an alliance, but our destinies are now intertwined. Take advantage of that fact, and there is much you will be capable of. I see you defeating Arcann, even if there are those on this world who disagree.
What does that mean? Who disagrees?
You will learn soon enough.
He's out there somewhere. Our own father, plotting against us.
He's not the only one. After I told Mother that you killed Vaxen, she probably wants your head. But it's not a problem. You have the throne, the fleet, this whole empire. You are as safe from her as can be.
I wish Vaxen could be here now. He'd see I was right to challenge Father. Imagine it. The three of us ruling this empire, as it was meant to be ruled.
I'd like it if Vaxen were here too. But that's no longer possible. Doesn't matter. Father has a new favorite. He wants the Outlander to take all of this from you.
I'll die before I let that happen to us.
Of course you will.
I feel like Vaylin is, shall we say, veiling some of her comments to Arcann there. I definitely feel like that is the case. She is definitely having some sort of agenda of her own, and that's pretty smart in my opinion. I've always felt like Arcann has a weird sort of stance on things. I actually don't think that he is really knowing what to do with his power, but, well, whatever the case, we're going to see what Lana has to say and all of the rest of the gang.
What is all this?
It's your first official speech as Alliance Commander.
I'll have to thank everyone for their vote of confidence.
There was no vote, no meetings, no debates. It's simply the way it is. The way it's been since the day you arrived. Everyone knows it. It's just official now.
I thought you hated titles.
I hate having one, but I do love granting them. They're looking to you to guide them to greatness as only you can. Take them there.
All of us here, we know about loss, don't we? We've lost loved ones, friends. We've been beaten down time and again. Our lives have been taken from us. It almost feels like our destiny. But not one of you has given up. You've stuck it out through your losses. You've come together to build, to create, to fight, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Working together, the galaxy won't have to live under the threat of a tyrant. Together, we will remove Arcann from the throne, and we will prevail.
They have come so far.
Indeed, they have.
They still have far to go. But at this rate, they could one day pose a challenge to the Eternal Empire.
Perhaps. A pity so many of them will have to die.
What has Darth Mar seen? We do not know, and I don't know whether we will know, but let's just take a look here. What am I going to be using this? No. It's basically not any good from what I can see. But anyway, look at that. A huge amount of relation and everything. And we now have Chapter 10 to start. But we will not be doing that just yet. I would like to finish to find a findsman because I have a very particular person that I would like to find. And obviously, maybe you just saw him there. Not entirely sure, but yes. Anyway, I'm going to be completing this mission off screen, and then we'll see what happens after that. Maybe nothing, so don't hold your breath, unfortunately. Alright, so we have traveled to Zakul. I have completed the Findsman mission. It's just a preliminary thing so that you can unlock all of these. Yes, these are alerts, of course, and you can do all of these to gain certain companions. Now, as you can see here, we have Death Before Dishonor. We've actually done this on Zaynash. And as Sana Ray says, in my vision, you travel to Ilum and speak to a human there, the Foreman. Opportunity will follow from these actions. Now, of course, we already know who that is. If you haven't, then I'm not going to spoil it. Watch the Inquisitor, and then you'll see. Kindly Old Monster, that is one of the Imperial agent companions. As you can see, that's Dr. Eckhard Loken. I like him a lot. He's very cool. And then we have Kaizen Fess, who I believe is actually a Jedi Consular. I think that is the first companion of the Jedi Consular. Then we have Nico Okkar here. And then we also have Talos Drellic. And then we have, well, M14X, which is a Trooper companion, of course. And then, obviously, that is something different there. But anyway, the point is, we are currently on Freedom Fight. And unfortunately, it appears it's Bodar. Yeah. It's Bodar. So, we're going to be speaking to him. Unfortunately, I was hoping that I could try and find Rusk. Yeah, that was the guy I was trying to find, because apparently he is still alive somewhere. And I'm thinking maybe if I do some of these, I'll actually do some of them off screen as well, because these Alliance missions are not very good, apart from finding companions that you actually know. So this guy is a smuggler companion, as far as I'm aware, so he is literally going to have nothing to say to us, unfortunately. But we're going to speak to him anyway. I'm looking for the owner. Am I? I suppose so. A mutual friend said you needed some assistance. Well, Bloodsport sounds like my kind of competition. No, they're barbaric. Didn't know they had any. Yeah, didn't know they had any, I suppose. Oh, that's very noble of you. Where do I fit into all of this? You want me to fight in the arena for you? Or then you found one, Bodar. Then you found one, I'm pretty sure. Any advice for the fights themselves? Don't die. That was his advice. Yes, thank you very much for that. Okay, so let's speak to Dominaire, this rather happy-looking fellow, Master of Mayhem. Not entirely sure how he is the Master of Mayhem, considering he's talking to no one.
Wonderful, another one. In answer to your most likely questions, no, I do not sell seats, no, I do not grant autographs, and no, I absolutely will not make a wager with you.
Is there anything you actually do around here?
I suppose you think the sun is a useless ball of flame. Yes, just sitting there doing nothing except providing light and heat and nourishment to entire worlds. I am Dominaire. I'm the reason the Arena Grand has ever been, and continues to be, the greatest source of entertainment in all the Eternal Empire.
How did you manage that?
Drive, hard work, intellect, charisma. Possibly some underwriting from my parents, but I don't like to talk about it. Now excuse me, I have to find a last instant replacement to die horribly at the hands of the Eternal Empire's most lethal... Oh, maybe... No, never mind.
Should we call his bluff? Let's call his bluff.
Wait, please. You look like you've been in a dust-up or two in your time. Would you be interested in possibly becoming wealthy and famous?
Want me to fight for you? I'll do it, and I'll win.
Oh, you're one of those. the scrappy dreamer who hopes to rise up from obscurity to become eternal champion. That scenario is a fantasy for a reason. Come to think of it, been a while since I billed anyone as, Oh, and I know. I'll call you the Mysterious Stranger.
How about Battlemaster? Because we were given that title by the Jedi Order itself.
Ooh, we had a Battlemaster just last week. Lost his head in record time, so Mysterious Stranger it is. Fight time's almost here. You're slated to go up against the Master of Killers. If you need to say goodbye to anyone, make it quick and get on in there.
Okay, so yes, with this, I am going to say I can't fight yet, but I will be right back, because I will need to end this episode off here. But next time we're going to fight in Mayhem battles to increase your influence rank to 10 with Bodar. Oh yes. And this reminds me so much of Knights of the Old Republic, because I believe there was also an arena fighting system in that. So this is also harking back to that, along with the conversation options. So yes, with that, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.